Hey y'all, I'm JamesWright, and welcome back to Wizards News. We have the brilliant event finally coming, again. So let's get some last minute details done here, and get ready for the brilliant event. Yes, it's coming again. It's starting this Tuesday. Well, depending upon where you're at. For me, it is Tuesday at 1 p.m. If you are in Pacific time, it'll be Tuesday at 11 a.m. So figure out where you are off of those. Now, I did an entire video covering all the details on this. And it looks like they're not changing anything. They're just moving the time. So I don't want to go through everything again. If you want to see that, I have a link to the video. I'll leave it in the description right below me here. You can go through that step by step and plan out. But there are a few key details you will want for this. Number one, this event will be very heavily focusing on dark detectors, so make sure you have some dark detectors in stock. If you don't have them, you're probably going to want to go buy them, though you will be getting a few from the assignments as well. One of the key things for preparing for this is you will need to brew several potions. Number one, you'll need to brew 2 potent stimulos, and number 2, you're also going to have to brew 2 strong stimulos. Now, it takes about 24 hours to brew those 4 potions, so what I'm going to suggest is 24 hours before the event starts, get all 4 of those brewing in your cauldron. And once they're done brewing, just leave them spinning above the cauldron. And that way, when you click on them to accept them, that's when it counts. So when you get to that point in the assignment and you need to have brewed 2 potent stimulos, you click on your 2 potent stimulos and that assignment is done. And then the same thing when you come up against 2 strong stimulos, you click those and it's done. It's not something you have to think about. One of the nice things about this is there isn't anything with port keys, so you're not going to have to spend your time running out port keys. However, in the middle of this brilliant event, there will be the Community Day. Yes, Community Day will fall in the middle of the brilliant event because they had to bump it off. Not a huge issue, just be warned, this Community Day is going to be focusing on challenges. And for challenges, you're probably going to want potent stimulos. Now, that means you have about a week or so to brew your potent stimulos, or whatever you want, but really potent stimulos are the most important because they give you 5 spellcasts and now they will continue from foe to foe to foe. So having those in stock would be a great thing, but that means you're going to need your unicorn hair. And finding unicorn hair is not really easy. You got to be running out port keys for this. And in many cases, it's like 1 in 5 chance you're going to get a unicorn hair from a particular port key. Actually, I'm not quite sure what the chances are, but that's about what I've found on them. So that means you probably should be doing some port keys between now and next Sunday, which is when the Community Day will be happening. So you can get your hair to then brew your potions between now and then. Now, we have gotten some early information on the upcoming Community Day. It will be challenge-based. You will be getting an extra amount of wizarding and challenge XP, so it'll be a good time to increase your level as well as getting your red books. And it's basically the entire event is get the red books. Now you can increase that by playing with other people, and then you can increase it even more by going to a sponsored fortress. So if you have a sponsored fortress right now, be planning your community, asking other people, where should we be meeting up? You want to make sure you have a full group of 5, if at all possible. That will be increasing your challenge XP to the most. If you don't, then just go with as many people as you can, and if you're a solo player completely, then play solo. You will still be getting far more books than normal. But that means between now and then you'll want to be brewing your potions you'll need for it. Your stimulos, your healing potions, whatever you're normally going to be using for your particular type, start stockpiling those because it'll be a great time to use them. The other thing they're telling us about the event is that it will be about brewing healing potions. Now, if you are an Auror, then that may be great because they go through healing potions like mad. So it'll be a good chance to brew a bunch of them very cheaply, and apparently the ingredients will be on the ground a lot more, so you'll probably want to make sure you have the ingredients for it ahead of time so you can brew them during the time. But we will be talking about Community Day more when it comes closer. Also, the other thing that happened is the full moon just started a few hours ago. So basically, it's pretty close to, like, if you look at a full moon chart, if you look at what is 95% of full moon, basically, if you look at a full moon chart, it's about what is 97% of a full moon. That is what you are looking at. So 97% one side to the other side, that will give you approximately where it is. It's close to like 40 hours one way or the other of the actual specific, this is the full moon at this particular time. And so that means a little bit of gray area depending upon where you are. You may get one night beforehand, you might get 2 nights beforehand, but that all depends on where you are on the Earth. But we did get guaranteed. The full moon just started, so werewolves are out. If you still need those, get out and grind them because you have a few days to do it, and then you have to wait a whole nother month to get werewolves again. So with the Brilliant event starting here in just a little bit more, make sure you have your potions getting ready for that. Make sure that you have your location to it, and go ahead and take a look at that other video where I talk through everything already. And also be aware that the 2 Brilliant events butt up against each other. So as soon as one ends, the next one begins. There's no time in between them. So for the next 2 weeks, we will be seeing Brilliant event spawns constantly, and then at that split point, then more of the second week Brilliant event spawns will be added to the mix. So you'll have 2 weeks with the first week spawns, and then 1 week with the second week spawns. But make sure you get everything in for your challenge in the first week, because you will not get them in the second week. So if you get your Brilliant event runestones, make sure you use them in the first week. Otherwise, in the second week, they will give you something completely different, and you won't be able to finish your chart from the first week. So I'm really looking forward to this next week, and then going into the next week, and then the next week after that, it's going to be about 3 weeks of just constant events. This is going to be a crazy amount of fun, and then throwing Community Day in the middle of this whole thing. Wow, what do they have in store for Christmas? We will have to wait and find out. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. What are you planning to do for it? Do you have any particular tips and tricks? Leave those in the comments below, and we will go through those. So I hope you like this quick little video. Get ready for the Brilliant event. It is coming up here very soon. So I think that's about it for now, and until next time, have a magical day. Today we've got a chocolate frog from Water Lily, and she is sponsoring these, and she actually wants the shout out to go to Pokefodder. So if you haven't seen this channel, definitely worth taking a look at. Let's find out what we get inside. Today's chocolate frog is, Rowena Ravenclaw, one of the 4 founders of Hogwarts. Is she your house mascot?